This is called a rational equation, and there's a couple ways to go about it. The easiest, fastest is you multiply the two diagonals and then set them equal to each other. So the first diagonal would say 4 times 2x plus 1. And then the other diagonal would say x times 2 plus 3x. And on this side, go ahead and distribute the 4, so that's going to be 8x plus 4. On the other side, distribute the x, so that'll be 2x plus 3x squared. And because it has an x squared, most likely I'm going to be doing the quadratic formula. So I need to set it equal to 0. So subtract 8x from both sides. Also subtract 4 from both sides. That way the left side has 0. The right side says 3x squared, and then minus 6x, and minus 4. So it is possible that this could be factored, but factoring so rarely works, and the quadratic formula works 100% of the time, I'm going to use the quadratic formula. So we have this is the A, the B, and the C. And I'm sure you've seen it many times, but the quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. So for this one, it's going to look like negative b, and then the b itself is a negative 6, and then plus or minus the square root. Negative 6 gets squared, be sure to put that in parentheses, minus 4 times a, which is 3, and c, which is negative 4. And then the whole thing is divided by 2a, except I need to put the number for a, 2 times 3 on the bottom. Okay, how much is inside the radical? Negative 6 squared is a positive 36. And then it's going to have a negative times negative, so that's positive. This will be 12 times 4 is 48. So that is going to be, what is 48 plus 36? 84. So we'll have a 6 plus or minus the square root of 84. And I just want to double check that. 48 plus 36. That would be 14, carry the 1, 7 plus 1 is 8, 84. Très bien. And then divide by 6. And I'm going to use the graphing calculator to check my answer, and when it does, it's going to give me decimals. So I'm going to go ahead and get the decimals now. So I just need to switch over to the calculator and see what decimals do we get from this. Calculator time. We've got 6, although I should start with parentheses, 6, and I should start with a 6, plus the square root of 84, put that in parentheses, and divide it by 6. So one answer is 2.528, and then do the same thing with a minus in front of the radical. And then that is a negative 0.528. And before I go back and write that as my answer, I want to check and see if that's correct. So the beginning problem said one side of the equation was 2 plus 3x was divided by 4. The other one was 2x plus 1 is divided by x. And then I want to see where those two intersect. So one place that they intersect is here, which it says in the upper left-hand corner, x equals negative 0.528, which is what I got from the quadratic formula. That's good. And then this other one is a 2.528, so that's correct. And if you don't have the touch screen, you can go to second calculate, and then trace, and then plug in 2.528, and then it will show you that that point is correct. Okay, so now I'm convinced that those are correct, so I can go back to my work and say x is equal to negative 0.528. The other answer for x was 2.528. And then I always like to go back and make sure I didn't miss anything, like if the question says, and what color were his shoes or something like that. But no, it just says solve the equation. Okay, that's it. So right there, we're done.